I'm Ken Huth from Huth Photo, and through the Durham Chamber and Pinnacle Financial Partners in Durham, we had a mastermind group around the books of Michael Gerber. So this is my presentation on section 2 of that book, chapter 1, The Discipline of the Enterprise Leader. So just think to yourself, what does that title mean? Gerber gives us disciplines, think work areas, or like the discipline of carpentry, skills that are a true world-class entrepreneur should master. So this chapter is truly all about leading. The key idea: we must become comfortable with the idea, title, and the reality that we're the leaders and we're going to be going it alone. So kind of when you think about going to a normal job or something you're not passionate about, you might say, it doesn't excite you. You think about your own business and being an entrepreneur, it keeps you up at night. So it's hard work, but it absolutely rocks. And that's what you're reaching for with entrepreneurship, not just having a business or a job. We're going to discuss for about 15 minutes in this presentation, broadly, what does an entrepreneur leader do? And then practically, what are the tasks and skills of the enterprise leader? His section on the business plan that always works is really fantastic, and we'll just hit on it quickly. The process of improving anything in your business? Our old friend Quantification. We talked about that in the original eMyth book. It's the key business indicators, and I'm going to boil down 8 pages of heavy data into about 80 seconds. And then I have a little bit of homework for you. So this book really helped me get grips on the term entrepreneur and nail down what makes it more than just a small business owner who has some dreams. These 4 key areas define what a real entrepreneur does. Your main job is giving substance to your vision, to consider how it's communicated with intention, conviction, with sincerity, and most of all, communicating your vision with clarity. Ask yourself what's unique about how your enterprise works. What differentiates it from the rest of the market? We joke all the time that franchisees don't pay McDonald's for the quality of the burgers they put out. So how does your business stand out from all the other businesses in your market? An entrepreneur leader is the only one really to focus on how people are regarded in your business, how they're compensated. You're the one that provides meaning for what the people do every day. So Gerber calls that the conscientiousness of the enterprise. No, actually, he calls it the consciousness of the enterprise. I keep getting lost in that one. So the consciousness, the heart of the enterprise. You're seeing things that other people aren't looking at every day when they're head down working. So finally, what about the end game? Let me ask, have any of you thought about the exit from your business? Have you maybe been a serial entrepreneur and exited from other businesses? So think about what's the end game, when it's expected to happen. What has to happen between now and then to make sure it does work out? How much capital is needed to assure things succeed in moving along and selling your business? So in summary, we're all about vision, business model, the consciousness of the business, and your end game. On to the section now, practically speaking, what are some tasks and skills of the enterprise leader? There are 5 key skills in this section, but we don't have time to go through them all. My handout PDF deals with a lot more of them. But here are some highlights. Michael Gerber wants us to develop the skill of concentration, that laser focus on things, not getting distracted. It's an essential skill, often overlooked. And then also learn how to discriminate between the task options you have between you. What's the most important thing to focus on now? And in our group, we had a really good discussion about how businesses are applying these ideas. So concentrating and discriminating on the tasks you can do are really critical to putting a laser focus and making your time effective. When making decisions, or maybe you feel like you're hiding from work by doing busy work, not that any of you would do that, I'm sure, or any other time, learn to repeat to yourself, I'm the leader, I'm called upon to do the work of leadership. Think about it. I'm the leader, I'm called upon to do the work of leadership in my business. And just get used to that. Let that sit with you. Organization. For this skill, imagine your business is a giant puzzle. You're putting together puzzle pieces. Think about how you do that at home. You might lay out the colors that go together or certain kinds of shapes or the border, right? You're doing things with organization. And then you're deciding what fits your business, how it fits, where it fits, and then also having the courage to discard what doesn't fit. Maybe you got a used puzzle and it's got a piece from another one. You're not going to keep that. You're going to throw it away. So have the courage to move on and discard things. Our final practical skill involves innovation. Maybe you're wondering what to start with and you need a little help there, a little nudge. Well, pick anything that needs improvement, and the idea is lead the improvement. The Gerber tip is don't just do it yourself. Use this as a way to practice leading, to communicate well, to have that sort of clarity. A task for you. We've heard before to track how much you're doing in your day and what your tasks are. But Gerber goes to the next step in the eMyth idea and write down E, M, or T next to the task. Am I being an entrepreneur right now, a manager, or just a technician doing my business? So put that down next to each item as you track for a week. And here's a hint. If it's working in your business, you know right away it's not an entrepreneur E task. Then the next challenge, the next week, do this and think through ahead of time what specific time you want to give your E, M, or T chunks of work. Sure, we're still technicians at times working in our business, but carve out that time, plan it out for being the entrepreneur or the business manager. The idea here is just not being so reactive to what's happening in our day. We don't really have ability here in this recording to do it, but just make sure you're soaking this in and thinking about the ideas and how you can apply them. This next section coming up, these next 3 topics are very practical and useful. It's worth reading the book honestly just for this chapter and these 3 ideas. I found this section on the business plan that always works very freeing and real. It's not just writing down some guesses on paper that you'll never look at again, but creating something that's meaningful. Start by imagining a plan that has a real gut impact on you. You're excited, you care about it from the heart. It's like you're researching a really sweet car and you're reading everything about it. And before you cruise off the lot that first time and smell that fresh car smell and that leather, right? You're excited. You don't mind reading about it. Or it's your first day in NFL training camp. You're meeting everybody for the first time and wondering how you're going to do. They hand you the playbook. This is how you're going to run your career. This is how we're going to run our businesses. Think about that kind of power and excitement, not just some document that you bang out to give a banker hoping that you can get some money. Think about having a business plan with passion. I'm just going to stop for a second and let you read that quote here and let it soak in, okay? It's about the passion. It's not about doing it perfectly with your business plan. So make it real. Think about the things that you need to know in your business, no matter what else anybody else has written about or tips they've given. Even if it's something the bank wants to see, that's fine. Do that document. But create something else that's about your business. And if the term business plan stresses you out a bit, you could think about them as just guideposts. It can be a loose thing. Instead of having nothing, How about creating a loose, meaningful thing that really is a picture of your business? And be very willing to kill parts of your business plan that don't really work or haven't been happening. Add things when you see great opportunities arrive, really making it a living document that you refer to, and it's giving you guidance week by week on where you're going to go and holding you accountable in some areas that maybe you see yourself not doing. One word of warning from Michael Gerber, though: none of these things happen in a vacuum. When you change one part, it affects all the rest. A change in package sizing might cost more, market badly, frustrate your employees, or even worse, your customers. You may be working on just one part at a time, but consider the impact on the whole of your business. And I just wanted to make sure you didn't miss this section, but we don't have time to dig into it all. The process of improving everything is step by step. It's a fairly short section, and it'll walk you right through what to pick and how to make your changes. I know a lot of businesses in business books tell you to change things, but eMyth gives us some simple, repeatable processes to lead change. So check out my PDF notes and you'll see more on the process of improving anything. Well, we made it. We're just about done. This last section is very helpful. As you can see, this has been a very dense chapter. It's like a business MBA in just one chapter. And the whole book has been that way. We've all really loved reading it. So I'm going to cover these 8 pages of deep data in about 80 seconds, okay? Quantification, if you remember, is tracking things, enumerating things, paying attention to the actual numbers and details of what's going on in your business. Remember, the goal of quantification is to clarify what's happening in your business. It's not something to beat up underperforming employees or creating frustrating busy work for everybody so they look like they're really doing something. I know my business partner Colin and I often ask, will we really do this? If the answer is no, if you see yourself hating a new system, pare down to the things you see real value in and that are going to have an impact in your business. Start small, start from your gut. Quantification removes biases where you or someone giving you information about your business could skew the picture of your business health. We had some wonderful discussions. Later on in the financial chapter, Michael Gerber describes how his business pretty much blew up because of not overseeing the financial health, where he really didn't just delegate the finances, he abdicated and didn't show that he was doing it. One of our group members gave a great example and said, just by trusting but verifying what's going on, your employees know you're in touch. And that raises the level of performance, and somebody who might do something a little bit shady actually knows you're paying attention. That'll go a long way to avoiding some of these problems before they happen. So, also think about, are there any areas that you might be lying to yourself about your business performance? You got rose-colored glasses you'd prefer not to think about. Watch out, because those could sneak up on you. There might be some areas you just don't even know what's going on. So, quantification removes those biases. So your homework from me is, in the book, when you look at these pages, 106 to 114, you should note the options that are there. He gives everything: financial indicators, people indicators, marketing indicators, right? So read through those 8 pages and see what excites you inside. Which ones feel like, if I put a little bit of time checking that would have some real impact to my business. Don't just do it because it seems like a business fundamental. Pick a few that excite you this week. And what would really help you know that you're on track, or something that would give you an early warning if you're not on track, or might fill in the gaps where you might be kind of fooling yourself about things. So by making it your own, these ideas in quantification, You won't just have a cold, dead business plan. You're going to have guideposts on where you're going, and you'll be leading your business by what matters most to you. That's what makes it special. It's your vision of what's going on, and you'll be much more confident with what things are happening in your business every day. So from this chapter, I just want to remind you and summarize that we're running our businesses with vision. Lean into the unique business model you've created. Be the consciousness, the heart of your enterprise. And I certainly wish you an awesome end game, whatever that means to your success. Give me a shout if you ever want to chat about these ideas and to take a look at my PDF cliff notes from this chapter. Thanks for tuning in.